Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Kavinsky's Tutorials. Today I'm looking at Mood Units by Rob Jackson. So Rob Jackson has done apps like Touchscaper and Moodscaper that I see getting a lot of love in the Audio Bus forum. And people are really impressed by him as a developer who always updates his apps and really listens to users and things like that. So I think that this app probably has a pretty exciting future. I would imagine that a few months down the line, it's going to be doing even a hell of a lot more than it's already doing. It does quite a lot already, this app. Now, before I say anything more, I have 5 copies of this app to give away. So thanks a lot to Rob, that's very generous. And look at the pinned comment at the top of the YouTube comment section for details about how to win. Winners will be announced 2 days after the release of this video. If you're watching this after that time, you've missed the opportunity, but subscribe and click the notification bell so you don't miss out. I often have codes going for videos. Okay, thanks again, Rob. All right, so what is Mood Units? Now, basically, we have the main instrument called Waverly, which is a bunch of samples of different analog equipment, and in some cases, this is also processed through different high-end pedals and things like that, different effects units and things. So I think that there's hundreds of, well, maybe tens of thousands of pounds worth of analog equipment probably that has been recorded to make this app. It's very reasonably priced. I think if you're at all tempted by this, it's going to be pretty hard to resist at the price that it's coming out at. I think it's like $5 or something. Then you get this instrument, and in the instrument you get, different controls. So you get amp envelope, filter, vibrato, pan, and tremolo. And you can open those. If you have it opened full size, you can kind of scroll down there, right? You can scroll down, or you can just click here and get each thing. So it's nice, there's a lot of flexibility in that sense. But you don't just get that, you get an EQ as a separate audio unit. And so of course you could use these with other things, right? You don't have to just use these with his app. So you're getting quite a lot of value for money really here. I love it when developers bring out apps that actually are like a suite of different apps, and maybe you have the main thing and then the effects from that app can be opened and used as effects on the other apps. So I salute this trend. So we got a filter, and the filter has LFOs. So you can, set up these nice filter sweeps. There's a pretty cool sounding delay unit and a reverb. You're getting a lot of bang for your buck. Let me just let you hear what this can sound like. Now let me see. So we can access the presets here, right? We can click here, right? Or we could use AUM's own preset menu. Or we could use these previous and next buttons, or this slider here as well. Right, so first I'll just let you hear something with just the main instrument and no effects added. And let's listen to it with some filter on it. Let's put a little bit of delay on it. Right, that delay is really nice. Reverb. Let me let you hear the reverb alone. Okay, so these FX units are pretty simple, really. So in the EQ, you have a couple of settings for bass, and so you just have the hertz value and then a slider. Lower mids, upper mids, treble, and everything. There's always the initialize all parameters as well. Filter, we have cutoff and resonance and LFO time and depth, and we can also tap in the LFO time if we want. In the delay, we have a bunch of presets here. Time, and time can go up to 2000 milliseconds. And mix, we can sync it to the DAW's BPM or the host's BPM. Feedback, tone. Let's see that tone, for example. I like this delay a lot. I should mention, this is really something on some of these that you need to adjust the delay time when it's not playing. It's not something that you can just throw on willy-nilly. Okay, I'm going to keep this video short, so I'm really not going through all the different presets in the instrument and all the different delays. It would just take too long, all the different effects. I think Doug did a pretty long video on this yesterday, so haven't watched it, but it's there. If you want to watch something very in-depth, go over there. It's like 1 hour and 20 minutes long, I think. In the filter, again, you get the LFO, and the time on the LFOs can go as slow as 30 seconds. I love anything that can get really slow LFO time, so that's great. Okay. All right, so these are these different effects, right? I'm not going to go into those in too much detail. What I really want to focus on mostly is what some of the main instrument things sound like. Before I play through these presets, and that's basically what I'm going to do just for the rest of the video, let you hear some of these presets, maybe not all of them. I just want to mention what the pros and cons of an app like this are. So first thing, it's pros. It's cheap as chips. It's like $5. I think you get a lot of good, cool sounds for that money. You get these effects which can be used separately with other instruments. That's really nice. You're getting very nice analog sounds, and I personally like Rob's taste. When I listen to these sounds, it reminds me of Boards of Canada, Stranger Things, that kind of vibe. I really like that old school analog sound. They're very rich sounding. I think that in the patches that have FX, the FX have been applied very tastefully, so I think that's good. Another thing is it's very light on the CPU. My DSP reading here might look high, but it's only because I've got things like Magic Death Eye in my signal chain, which are pretty heavy duty effects. So actually you could load up a ton of instances of these. They're very, very light on the CPU. So that would be good if you are not using a very good device. For example, if your device is not that powerful and can't handle many different instances of different analog synths. What else? One thing that you could do is you could layer a whole bunch of these. So you could set up 5 or 10 of these, put them on different settings, and all trigger them all from the same keyboard. So you've got layered sounds, and it still wouldn't be that heavy on the CPU. Or for example, if you just want to get these kind of analog sounds, but you're intimidated by complex, actual, real synthesizers rather than just a sampled instrument like this. So those would all be some pros. Cons, I mean, if you're really into synthesis, you probably like tweaking things more than you can do in this, but you might like the sounds enough that you think it's worth it anyway. Another con is that at the moment, the parameters are actually exposed in AUM, and I talked to Rob about this yesterday. It seems that that's a mistake, kind of. They're not actually supposed to be exposed because I can't remember if it's all of them or the vast majority at least. Maybe there's 1 or 2 that can be used. Most of these are not going to do anything when you try and automate them. So I hope that that comes in a future update because I love automation and a lot of people who watch my channel love automation. So I'd really like to see some of these things. Maybe not all of them. Maybe not all of them are suitable for that, but some things getting that treatment if possible. But even if they don't, I still don't think it's a game changer because I think, I don't think it's a deal breaker, because you get a lot of value for money already in this app and it sounds good. So yeah, that's all I wanted to say about the pros and cons. Okay, so let's just hear a few more presets. So I won't go through everything. Let's do some of them. Let's do some of these effects ones, like some of these granules, they're called. I take the delay and reverb off. So that's just 2 notes held for about 10 seconds. A lot of these develop a lot over time. You can hold them for even 20 seconds sometimes, and a lot of interesting stuff's going to happen. Couldn't resist sticking a bit of that delay on there. I like this one-shot ping pong. Very Boards of Canada. This one's nice. This is a lovely one. That's great. That's one of my favorites. Okay, and then we come to a bunch of bass ones, and so these ones are monophonic. This is one of my favorites. So now we're coming into the more basic waveforms. I'll take this one to look at things like the amp envelope and the other things we have control over here. Okay, so we can get a slow attack, get something more pad-like. This long decay sound will remain after I take my finger off the note. Short decay, no. So it only has attack and decay, it's not like a full ADSR. Vibrato. Hear the panning there? Again, the LFO can go all the way down to 30 seconds, which is great. Tremolo. So again, these are the things we can control in the instrument itself, and then we can go in and do things in the EQ, filters, whatever. Okay, just got a couple more sounds left actually. Again, apologies for the glitching. Some of these I would have to wait like 10 seconds every time for the sounds to disappear, and this video would just get a little bit long, so. Okay, so let's just finish off by taking this sound and quickly looking at sort of what we can do with the FX on it. Let's see the EQ first. Right, so you can go in and tweak your EQ there. Right, pretty nice. Delay. Let's hear a few of the delay presets. Very nice. Definitely a fan of this delay. Again, this time is something you should really change when you're not playing. So there we go. I think that's a pretty good overview. Really nice sounding app, really nice sounding. Okay, hope you enjoyed this, everybody. Thanks for watching. Give this a thumbs up, please, if you haven't already. Subscribe to the channel if you want more videos like this and more chances to win all the free copies of apps that I have to give away. And write a comment in the comment section if you have anything you want to say or ask. Thanks a lot, everybody. Take it easy and see you in the next video. Take care.